Happy Monday! Oh, guys, what have I got to share with you? Oh, it has been a bit, it's been a bit full on this morning, I'm not going to lie. It's just, Mondays are so, why does everybody just, Monday comes and it's just like, I think we just all need to kind of get into our rhythm, don't we? It's like, get that first workout in of the week and let it set you up and prep you for the week to come. That's how I see it anyway. I was very mindful on my squats this morning. I am being very, very careful of recent. I think the last few years look, we learn as we go, don't we? We learn, we do something and we think in our brain, I'm going to get it no matter what. And then you lift it and then you fuck yourself and then you go, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then when you go to do it again, after you've recovered from whatever you did and the fear is still there but kind of gone, you think to yourself, maybe I won't do that this time. Maybe it's more detrimental to do that than it is just to lighten the load, actually get full range of motion, proper mobility. And this is the argument that I constantly have to have with myself because I am a doer and I constantly want to do. So no matter what anybody tells me, no matter what Simon says, or no matter how my brain tells me, right, this is what we're going to do, I have to sell myself on that before I can execute it and feel okay, if that makes sense. It's almost like I'm constantly in a battle with my own brain to give it more. Did you do enough? And I think for the longest time I can remember the back end of last year when I was eating more in a surplus, a small surplus, mind you. What I was trying to do is build some muscle, some strength, and add to my frame. And I did. Of course, I gained a smidge amount of body fat increase, which is why I'm trying to deal with that body fat now, tackle it in a bit of a tidy cut. I'm doing it for 12 weeks. I'd set myself a goal that I would kind of see how my progress goes and then determine my length. I've seen my week 5 pictures against week 1 and there are, some changes. I'm taking it slow. I'm doing it well. I'm going to break at week 6, take a week off and then hit it hard for the final 6. And then I'll maintain for a couple of months to kind of let my body just calm down a little bit. And then I will start my lean main gain again. And I am very much looking forward to it. Now, last week, I had a few solo sessions. I mean, for those of you that don't know, I train with my husband, who is a massive pain in my ass, just like most men. He moans at everything, and any chance that he can get any little slight injury, any little niggle, he's like, oh, I can't train today, babe, my thumb, this, my that, my this, my that. And do you know what? Last week's workouts for me, Simon worked 4 double shifts last week, bless him. Like, I did feel bad for him. Like, he would do the full day at work here, like in his office. Then at 3 o'clock, he'd go in on the tracks. You have to wait for the last train, so you can't get on the tracks till like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then he'd go and do the survey the tracks. By the time he got home, it's like 2:30, 3 a.m. And then I'm getting up to train. So poor sod, he was pretty damn knackered, which meant that I was kind of then left to my own devices with my workouts, and I only had myself to moan to. I say moan to because of recent, I have turned into Simon. Not suggesting that I don't work out. That's not me. I don't make up excuses about my thumbnail being too short or every bit of injury that's occurring on my body, every bit of muscle pain that's happening. I don't suddenly then go, right, can't train. I am not somebody that gives up very easily. In fact, quite the opposite. But I have recently, especially around week 3, week 4 of my cut, I started to notice that I was really, really struggling in the gym. I'm struggling with my workouts. I am constantly looking at my volume, thinking, do I need to tidy that up as well? Am I doing too much? Am I not recovering? And last week taught me that I've just got to suck it up and stop being a pussy, because when Simon wasn't there and I didn't have anybody moaning at me, and then, I don't know, maybe I've developed this kind of, oh my God, maybe I've turned into Simon's moaning, and maybe I am the one that's moaning. Oh, God forbid. Because the week before last, every session, I was crying to get to the end. I was literally giving it everything I've got, and there was nothing left. There was nothing left to give. I was exhausted, and I was moany, very, very moany. You know, Simon was trying to be there for me, and he was just annoying me so much, which normally I can deal with. You know, I just, yeah, whatever. But he's a fidget monster. I'm in the middle of my hip thrust sets, and it's either his hands were like this or his feet were like this, and they were up and down, up and down, up and down, or he'd be like, and I'm halfway through my hip thrust sets, and I'm like, at one point, I broke down and just was like, shut. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then he always does this, like I get mid-set when I'm really gassed and I'm really, really focusing on trying to perform. And he'll ask me a question. He did it this morning. This was his first session back, because I had 5 solo sessions last week. I actually really enjoyed them being on my own. I stuck my headphones in, which I don't ever do anymore. I had Queen blasting, which made me laugh because I'm thinking about that photo with the Radio Gaga thing. I was Bohemian Rhapsody. I was killing it last week, and the tunes in my head, they pushed me through. Funny little story to tell before I forget about it, because I've just seen, ta-da, the Ball deodorant. Now, for those of you that didn't know, I discovered pre-Christmas that my husband has some rather strange grooming habits. Basically, he uses Ball deodorant. It's by Manscaped Refining the Gentleman. It's the Crop Preserver is the company, and it's an anti-chafing bollock deodorant, basically, with an active pH control. And I caught him doing it to himself, and I had no idea. I was like, I've been married to you for nearly 12 years. I've never known you to use Ball deodorant. Like, what is going on? I know I'm the man in our relationship. I'm not very groomed. Simon, on the other hand, is the female. Loves the product, loves being a tart. Anyway, so he has been using this Ball deodorant. Now, I kind of got over it. You know, we had Christmas. It was a right laugh when I put it on the video, and I took the piss out of him. And I'll be honest, I shared that with you within 24, 48 hours of me finding out. I didn't even know he'd done that until that time, and I had to share it. But he's now developed some kind of weird dance that goes with it as he applies the bollock deodorant. I'm going to show you how this goes. Now, I haven't got the hips don't lie situation thing that Simon's got going on. The man has always been a dancer. Yep, on the dance floor, he will shake it. He will get, he's the first person on there, the last one to leave. He's like my best friend when it comes to dancing. I, on the other hand, I am the one that continues to dance. I just can't be sexy. I am not the sexy, hip swaying kind of gal. It just isn't me. He takes the mick out of me when I get on the dance floor, that I don't care what I look like, but I'm not very sexy. Whereas Simon has a little bit of this going on. He likes a bit of wiggle. Just didn't realise he wiggled as he's putting his ball deodorant on. I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to apologise because I've actually got my pyjama shorts on. I've trained, and you just think, I just want to be comfortable and warm and cosy. So I've eaten my breakfast, so my belly's probably popping out because I had a huge breakfast this morning. Always start your day right. And anyway, so I walked in on him in the bathroom. Luckily, JJ didn't see, because look, the kid has been exposed to enough. He does not need to see this is his father putting on his ball deodorant. But it was weird because I kind of stopped him halfway. I was like, Si, what are you doing? He's like, no, this is how I apply. was like, I'm pretty certain you didn't apply it last time when I first caught you. But anyway, so he's standing in the bathroom and he's like giving it the whole, I mean, he must put it on his hands and then he kind of goes back to front and it's like a wiggle. Like honestly, I mean, I look like a right pleb, but he's doing all this. And then as I caught him, he's going, honestly, I was just, he doesn't normally make me laugh this much, but it just, I don't know whether he's doing it on purpose. And I mean, that I do the Dear Diary moments with you guys once a week and he's trying to figure out how he can be funny because he's never normally this funny, like never. And he's been a hoot recently. It's been great. He's been coming out with some stuff. I mean, we always take the piss out of each other, always. I will find something every day to take the piss out of him for. And likewise, he tries to take the piss out of me. And we're both very successful at this. And that's what our relationship is based on. We take the piss out of each other. We laugh. We get over it. We very, very rarely bicker because I have the patience of a saint. Just saying. And likewise, every now and again, when I'm wrong, which is probably once a year, maybe not even that, he will have the patience of a saint and he will put up with me in my hangry mood. And of recent, yes, I can be more hangry than I presumed to be. I'm cutting this time on so many more calories, so I just don't get why I'm so hangry. It's not even that my stomach is calling out, it's just my body tells me I'm hungry. Like I can be bashing away the work and then all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, need to eat. And yet I've eaten loads. I'm on about 2,500 calories a day. Got to feed these muscles. It's expensive to keep muscle tissue on your body, which is something I want to transition to. We've got a couple of minutes left of this video. I cannot believe how fast they go, but there is something I wanted to tackle. And it's actually to do with one of my new clients. I'm not going to name any names. Excuse me, would never do that. But having a bit of a debate, not a debate, discussion with this particular client of yesterday. And I know her and her husband want to maybe invest in like a spin bike type thing. And the reasoning behind that was so that my legs can get thinner. Guys, I cannot stress to you enough. You could sit all day long on a spin bike and you could really give it some welly. Nothing will trim your legs better than grabbing a dumbbell or a barbell or a body weight, if you're new, and squatting and lunging and using compound exercises with a resistance training program. Nothing. Together with the right diet, which it doesn't have to be heavily restrictive. It doesn't have to be that you're dying in a deficit or hangry like some of us. Although, in fairness, I've had dips and waves. I'm pretty much okay. I'm probably exaggerating because I just can't wait to eat more food. But anyway, nothing can spot reduce your legs. So going on a spin bike, all it's going to do is burn calories. Now, the unfortunate part about cardio is within 2 weeks of doing that spin session, let's say you did 3 spin sessions, 20 minutes, 3 times a week, same resistance on it, whatever. And in 2 weeks, just 2, your body would adapt to that spin session. So much so that every single session you do thereafter, you're just going to burn less and less and less calories versus, yes, weights in truth on their own together with, let's compare 60 minutes of weight training to 60 minutes on a spin bike. Yes, of course, you're going to burn more calories on the bike in that session, but not after. Plus, what you do in a resistance training session, if you're doing it right, your body never adapts. It constantly has to keep reminding itself, what's she doing to me? She picked it up for another rep. Shit, can't settle on 15. We've got to do 20 next week. She's constantly trying to test me. So I'm constantly having to adapt just to keep up with her. I hope that makes sense. And I've run out of time. I'm about to run out of time anyway. Happy Monday, my fruits. And I hope that you have an awesome week. I've got some earlier workouts from the gym that somebody has requested, so I will be posting those today. Bye.